Hello everyone, welcome to today's class. Today we are going to see class 9 science chapter 2 cell, the building block of life. In this we are going to see the cell interior, a coordinated working system. So today we'll be learning about the three basic parts of a cell and difference between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell and structure and function of nucleus and also role of ribosomes, mitochondria, chloroplasts, chromoplast, leucoplast, and also about the role of vacuoles, lysosomes, and how organelles work together. Let's start with the today's class, children. See, cell. The cell, a tiny coordinated factory, we can say. Like every living cell, it performs many activities at the same time, such as making proteins, producing energy, removing waste, and also storing food and controlling growth. To perform all these activities smoothly, the cell contains many specialized structures. We call that as the cell organelles. A cell can be compared to a well-organized factory where different departments perform different jobs, but all work together in coordination. So we are going to see the three basic parts of most cell. So what are the three basic parts of most cell? The first one is the plasma membrane, next is the cytoplasm, and the last one is the nucleus. So these are the three basic parts of most cells. So inside the cytoplasm, there are many organelles that help the cell to survive and also function properly. Let's start with the first one, plasma membrane. Plasma membrane, we can say it is as a protective boundary. So the plasma membrane is the outermost covering of the cell. What it does, see, it separates the cell from the outside environment and also controls entry and exit of substances. And also it maintains internal balance. And it is called selectively permeable membrane. Already we saw in our previous video what is a selectively permeable membrane, because it allows only certain substances to pass through. Example, we can say like oxygen and nutrients enter through it, and also waste products leave through it. Yes. Next is cytoplasm. So cytoplasm is a jelly-like living material, and the cytoplasm, they are semi-fluid jelly-like substance present inside the cell membrane. What is its function? It holds all organelles, and also it is a site of many chemical reactions, and also it helps to transport materials within the cells. Example, we can say like a respiration and protein synthesis reactions, yes, they occur in the cytoplasm. Next is the nucleus. So nucleus, we can say it as a control center. So the nucleus control all activities of the cell. And what is its function? It stores the genetic information, and also it controls growth and reproduction, and also it direct protein synthesis. We can say like it is acting like a manager of the cell factory. Next we are going to see one activity. So we are going to compare cell types. So here the three cells I have given. So we are going to see what is the similarity and dissimilarities between these cells. What cells you can see here, children? You can first one A, it is nothing but a bacterial cell, and next one B is a plant cell, and C is a animal cell. So the three cell types studied here. First one is the bacterial cell, plant cell, and also animal cell. So what are the common structures here, children? See, I have tabulated in the tabular con. What is the common structure here? It is having all the three. They contain cell membrane, right? Yes. And also all the three contain cytoplasm. Yes, of course. All the three contain genetic material. Yes, of course. And then what is the difference between these things? Let's take the bacterial cell. Bacterial cell does not have, don't have a true nucleus. Yes, and no membrane bound organelles are present in bacterial cell, and it has nucleoid. Yes, the genetic material here we call as the nucleoid. And then when we take the plant cell, it has cell wall. It's a very distinct character. It has a cell wall and has chloroplast and also large vacuole. Can you able to see the large vacuole here? Yeah, it has a large vacuole. Yeah, this one. And then animal cell, no cell wall is present. and these vacuoles are very small or temporary, and they have a flexible shape. So when you take this tabular column, see the first one, when we take the structure, the first one is cell membrane. So bacterial cell, plant cell and animal cell, everything have a cell membrane. But cell wall is present in bacterial and plant cell, not in animal cell. That is why it is not rigid, it is flexible. And well defined nucleus you can able to see in plant and animal cell, but not in bacterial cell because it is having nucleoid. And then membrane bound organelles can only be seen in plant and animal cell, not in the bacterial cell. Let's move on to the next one. We are going to see the difference between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell. So you should understand what is a prokaryotic cell. See, the pro means primitive. Pro means primitive. So these cells, that is the prokaryotic cells, they lack true nucleus. Yes, and also membrane bound organelles also not present here. So the genetic material is present in a region called the nucleoid. Yes, children. So the primitive nucleus nucleoid is present in the prokaryotic cell, whereas in the eukaryotic cell, this primitive nucleoid is absent, and also membrane bound nucleus is absent in prokaryotes, but it is present in eukaryotic cell. Yes. What is the characteristics of this prokaryotic cell? See, it is a small size. It is having a 1 to 10 micrometer. Usually, you can able to see this in unicellular organisms. Examples I have given as bacteria. Yes, and they are very simple structure. When we take this eukaryotic cell, U means true. So we can say it is having a true nucleus. So they possess a true nucleus, and also they possess a membrane bound organelles, and also their size ranges from 10 to 100 micrometer. They have a complex structure. They can be unicellular or multicellular. Examples we can say plants, animals and fungi. Yes. But what is the main difference, children? When you take the prokaryotic, all activities occur directly in the cytoplasm. Yes, but different when you take eukaryotes, different organelles perform specialized functions. Thus, eukaryotic cells are more advanced and they are efficient. So next we are going to see the nucleus, house of code and instructions. See, the nucleus is one of the most important organelles. It is surrounded by a double layered nuclear membrane with pores. Can you be able to see in this picture? Yeah, you can able to see no double layered nuclear membrane. Here small pores you can able to see. These are the pores. And then what is the parts of this nucleus, children? First one, it is having a nuclear membrane. So nuclear pore is present in the nuclear membrane. It is having a nucleolus, chromatin, chromosome. So these are some parts of nucleus. Let's start with the nuclear membrane. So nuclear membrane protects the nucleus and controls the exchange of materials. How? By means of nuclear pores which are present on the nuclear membrane. So this nuclear pores, it allows the movement of substances between nucleus and cytoplasm. Next comes the nucleolus. So in the center, can you be able to see the nucleolus? See, this part is the nucleolus. So nucleolus, they are dense round structure inside nucleus. What it does, it produces ribosomal subunits. So these ribosomal subunits only, when they come out of this nucleus to the cytoplasm region, it helps in the synthesis of protein. They form a larger and a smaller subunits. These both join together and they help in the synthesis of proteins. Next comes the chromatin. See, chromatins are thread-like network made of DNA and proteins. See, chromatin, what are chromatin, children? Chromatin are thread-like network made of DNA and proteins. For example, if I take a thread, you just just smash or you just entangle the thread and put down. How it will looking entangle like that the chromatin will be. Yes. So only during the cell division only this chromatin it forms the chromosomes, like a rod shaped structures will be formed only during the cell division. Other meantime, matter how it will be in the form of normal network chromatin reticulum, we can say. Yes. And then next comes the chromosomes. Chromosomes are rod-shaped structures visible during cell division, as I told you. So what they do, children, they carry the heredity information. Next is the DNA and genes. What is this DNA? DNA stands for deoxyribonucleic acid. What is it? Deoxyribonucleic acid. So it contains the genetic instructions. So functional segments of DNA we call as the gene. And these gene, it determines inherited traits like your eye color, your height, your blood group, everything will be determined by the genes. For example, we can say sometimes no, they used to say like you resemble your parents, right? That is the particularly they'll say you look like your mom, you do look like your dad. So that particular heredity character has been passed from them to you. That's why you people resemble your parents. Another one special example we can say that is a RBC. Generally, this your RBC, it has nucleus, but what happens, children, when it becomes mature, these cells do not have a nucleus. So it becomes a more advantage for the hemoglobin. It takes more space there, this hemoglobin molecule. What it does, hemoglobin, it carry oxygen throughout the body in the blood. And what is the main disadvantage of this one? See, the nucleus is there only, information can be passed, it can repair itself. The nucleus is absent, right? So they cannot repair themselves and they survive only about 120 days. Next, we are going to see ribosomes and endoplasmic reticulum. What is this ribosomes? Ribosomes, we can say they are the protein factories. So ribosomes are tiny structures found where they are found freely in the cytoplasm or they are attached to endoplasmic reticulum. What is its function? It is a site of protein synthesis where the protein is synthesized. So why we need protein? We need protein for growth, repair and also enzyme formation. Example, we can say muscle cells, yeah, they make large amount of proteins in order to do our functions. Next is the endoplasmic reticulum. So endoplasmic reticulum is a network of membranes spread throughout the cytoplasm, like it acts like a channels. Yes, so it is connected to the nuclear membrane. So the endoplasmic reticulum acts like a manufacturing and also transport system. Yes, we have two types of endoplasmic reticulum. One is the rough endoplasmic reticulum and another is the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So here you can able to see RER and SER. Yes. So let's take the first one, rough endoplasmic reticulum. It contains ribosomes on surface. That is why it is looking rough, right? So function, what is this function? Protein synthesis. The main function is protein synthesis and also protein transport. Example, we can say pancreatic gland cells, they contain abundant of this rough endoplasmic reticulum. And then smooth endoplasmic reticulum. No ribosomes are present in the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. What is this function? Fat synthesis, lipids we can say, fat synthesis, hormone synthesis and also detoxification. Yes, example, these liver cells, they contain the smooth endoplasmic reticulum for detoxifying harmful substances. Yes, children. Let's move on to the next one. Golgi apparatus and lysosomes. So Golgi apparatus, we can call that as the packaging center. So the Golgi apparatus, it consists of flattened sacs. So it receives the proteins and lipids from endoplasmic reticulum. Then what it does, it modifies the proteins, packages these materials and sends them to different parts of cells. And last is they forms lysosomes. So what are the functions I told? Modifies proteins, packages materials, sends them to different parts of cells and also forms lysosomes. Like we can say it acts like a post office of the cell. Example, we can say like hormones and enzymes, they are packed into vesicles and secreted. So here I have given one scientist. Yes, meet a scientist. Can you able to see? Camillo Golgi. So Camillo Golgi was the scientist from Italy. Yeah. So he discovered the Golgi apparatus in the year 1898. Initially, scientists doubted its existence because all microscope could not clearly see this Golgi apparatus. Later, because of the electron microscope invention, they confirmed it. Because of that, the organelle was later named in his honor. Yes, you can see all these connections over here. So endoplasmic reticulum makes the proteins, Golgi packages them, lysosomes, yes, clean up old material, a perfect assembly. Yes, let's talk about the lysosomes. Clean up crew. What it does, it cleans up. So lysosomes are sacs filled with digestive enzymes. What are they? They are sacs filled with digestive enzymes. What it does, it digests worn out organelles, they destroy harmful substances and remove cellular waste. They help keep the cell clean and healthy. Example, we can say this white blood cells. Yes, they use lysosomes to destroy the bacteria. We don't know white blood cells, they are our soldiers of our body, right? So they use lysosome to destroy the bacteria. Another interesting example, I can say like a human sperm. It contains lysosomal enzymes, yes, that help to penetrate the egg during fertilization process. So next we are going to see about the mitochondria, powerhouse of the cell. See, mitochondria produce energy required for cellular activities. Therefore, they are called as the powerhouses of the cell. Yes. So structure of the mitochondria, if you take, means it is having two membranes. The outer membrane, it is smooth and porous. You can able to see now, children. See how this outer membrane, yeah, they are smooth and porous. When you see the inner membrane, how it is, yes, they are folded inward. See, you can able to see the foldings, right? They are folded inward to form cristae. That foldings we called as the cristae. This cristae increases surface area for respiration. So what kind of respiration you can see here? Cellular respiration. So the food molecules like glucose, they are broken down to release energy. The released energy is stored as ATP. What is this energy, ATP, children? ATP is energy currency. Already we saw in our previous class, right? ATP is energy currency. So ATP stands for adenosine triphosphate. What is ATP, children? ATP stands for adenosine triphosphate. What it does, it provides energy for movement, growth, transport, and also synthesis. For example, muscle contraction, yes, during the running, it requires more energy, that is the ATP. What is the special function of this or feature of this mitochondria? See, this mitochondria, they have their own DNA and also ribosomes. Can you able to see? They have the own DNA and ribosomes. So we can say that they could have evolved from ancient bacteria. Next, we are going to see about the plastids. So these are the organelles found only in plant cells. So plastids are double membrane organelles found mainly in plants. They help in food synthesis, storage, and also color production. So we have different types of plastids. One is the chloroplast, chromoplast, leucoplast. So what is this chloroplast? Where you can see they contain a green pigment chlorophyll. Chlorophyll immediately, what comes to your brain? Yes, yeah, is seen in the plants. So what is its function? Photosynthesis. So plants use sunlight to prepare food, right? Next structure, how you can able to see the structure of the chloroplast here, children. So this is the chloroplast. You can able to see the structure of chloroplast. So it is having a fluid filled region. We call that region as the stroma. And disc shaped membrane containing chlorophyll, they absorb the sunlight, and sugar made by photosynthesis are stored in the stroma as starch granules. Yes. So leaf cells contain many chloroplast. Next is the chromoplast. We could have seen so many flowers or even fruits. You can able to see the bright coloration of those things. How they are getting the coloration? All because of this chromoplast only. So they contain colored pigments. What are the colors generally present here? There is yellow, orange, and red color. So what is the function? It gives bright colors to fruits and flowers. What is the important? Why it is present? What is its functionality? See, bright colors actually it helps in attracting the insects, that is the pollinators, and also fruit eating animals. Why they need fruit eating animals? in order to disperse the seeds. Yes. So when we take this tomato, carrot, marigold flower, all these are some chromoplast examples. Leucoplast. See, these leucoplasts are colorless plastids. Colorless plastids means they don't have a color, so it means it doesn't have a pigment. So what it does is stores the food. So how it is, when we take potato, the food stored is in the form of starch. When we take the seeds, you can able to see oil. When you take the pulses, the food stored is in the form of proteins. Yes, children? So next we are going to see about the vacuoles, storage and support. See, vacuoles are storage sacs filled with cell sap. So plant cell vacuole and animal cell vacuole, some differences I have given here. So usually when we take this plant cell, it has one large central vacuole. Already we have seen in the diagram, right? So what is this function? This function is stores water, it stores minerals and sugars, maintains turgor pressure, keeps plant firm. Yes. So what happens during this wilting, children? When plants lose water, this vacuoles, they shrink because it is losing water, they will shrink. So cells become soft and plant wilt. And then how it will regain itself? When we water, yeah, a dry plant regains firmness after watering. Next is the animal cell vacuoles. So they are smaller, yeah, they are smaller and they are temporary, used mainly for storage purpose, right? So animal cells do not depend on vacuoles for shape. They doesn't depend on. Then what they depend on? They depend upon the cytoskeleton. That is why. Memory tips and easy ways to remember. So we can compare the cell as a tiny factory. So we can take any type of factory. For example, it can be a leather factory or it can be a tea factory or whatsoever. So nucleus is compared to the manager of the factory. So he or she is the person who controls everything in that factory. And the ribosomes, they are like workers. And endoplasmic reticulum is the production line. And also Golgi apparatus, they are like a modifying, packaging and shipping unit. And lysosome, they are the cleaning crew, and mitochondria acts as a power station, and vacuole, they act as a storage tank. So this comparison, it helps you to understand the coordination among the organelles. So next we are going to see about the primitive and true prokaryotic. So they are so prokaryote means primitive nucleus and eukaryotes means true nucleus. And the prokaryotic organisms, they don't have a membrane bound organelles. Yes, when you take the eukaryotes, they have a membrane bound organelles. Example, you can say plants and animals. Plastid color codes. When we take the chloro, you can able to see the chloroplast. The chloroplast, it contains the chlorophyll. The green color immediately comes to your mind is plants, right? So what it does, it helps in the photosynthesis process, preparation of the food. Chromo, colorful fruits and yeah, flowers. Chromo. What are the colors I said? They are red, yellow, orange. So it gives colors to the fruits and the flowers. And the leucoplasts, they are colorless plastids. It means no pigment is present there. So they are white, colorless. Starch storage, which is there in the in the potato, you can able to see. Power and storage. So mitochondria is the energy factory. It releases ATP, and vacuole is the storage tank where you can able to see water, sap, and waste are stored there. So both are V for very important but different jobs they are doing. So here are some NCERT questions from the textbook, children. So for this questions, I have going to give you a separate video along with the answers. Yeah, let's skip to the next slide. So we have come to the conclusion part of this topic. So what we have seen here, see the cell interior is highly organized and coordinated. Each organelle performs a specialized role, yet all organelles work together for the survival of the cell. This coordination makes the cell capable of carrying out all life processes efficiently. Thus, The cell truly acts as the fundamental structural and functional unit of life. Yeah. So we have completed this part, children. We'll see in the next. Yes. Keep in touch. Watch all the videos. Yes. Thank you.